Good morning, everyone. Rena here. I have my hot water in my hands. My bed's made. I hope you're well. Today, I thought we'd talk about the practice of vulnerability, of letting go. Sorry, I see a little driftiness, I think, because it's a dim out. The light captures differently. I hope you can enjoy it. So, vulnerability being a practice we often think of that is letting go. Maybe we even, there's a connotation vulnerable is weaker, but the required bravery in vulnerability of really letting go, of really resting, of really surrendering and accepting is not always easy to do. And it's also extremely rejuvenating when we can let go of attention and rebuild. Doesn't mean that everything, necessarily has to fall away and be forgotten, but it is a way to let the mind, the body, the spirit rest and be able to be more rajasic is the word that I find. It's a quality of volition when we need it, or maybe we need to be more vocal elsewhere. The idea is, however, that we don't just in yoga. There's sometimes a glamorization or you know, um, a painting of a picture that yogis are either ascetic, sitting up on a hill or a mountain, or they're always breezy and blissful and nothing bothers them. And they're people who don't necessarily exert a lot of energy. But I think when I look at even peace activists, it's required from time to time in life. And the idea is that rather than live a life in full volition state of full drive, rather than live a life in full passivity, we find where we can direct our energy appropriately in life. And this is a practice today of being able to do that. We'll learn to surrender. I have a poem I shared the other day that's uh, a little different, but about surrendering and how it sometimes takes effort to do. So sometimes we can reflect on that, right? Sometimes surrender takes effort, which is one of my poems. It's that simple. It is a little bit challenging to really let go, and yet there's a lot to be gained in the silence. And what is it that we do sometimes as human beings? We fill in the space with and I know I do this, right? With some form of like, oh, I want to listen to a talk, or I can't go on a walk without my iPhone with my earphones in. So yesterday I left it behind and I went for a run in the evening with nothing except myself. It's a neighborhood where I know my place and people can see me so I can come back safely. So that was my personal choice. So use your discretion. But the idea is that we're, Netflix or things to create activity for ourselves can sometimes feel like we're resting, but we're still using some form of energy. Um, and when I watch my cat, for example, and he's just sort of chilling, like literally just there, it's something as humans that we can project, like, hey, are you fine? Are you bored? Can I get you something? And my cat's fine. Like it's what he does very well. And in that way, he's a teacher, right? It reminds me that sometimes, from time to time, even a minute here or there, just chilling. Because yoga is a practice, right? It's something that we don't just finish, wrap up, and say, I did yoga, it's always. So, because it's a practice, even the practice of rest and letting go is something that we can learn. And so, we'll do that. Hearing more of those. We live actually not so far from a fire station, and so when we can learn it progressively, and we'll use a Yoga Nidra in order to do so. And so this comes also by request of Carolyn. Thank you for asking. We'll do a bit of a shavasana. We'll do a little movement first, and then we will let go. And the practice of vulnerability, very much from the chest open, is a vulnerable place to be. So again, use your discretion. Sometimes a blanket helps gradually to cover yourself as we gradually move through this. If there's some reason that you do feel like you would feel safer in that practice of being covered a little bit. Otherwise, you can practice this vulnerability practice. Know that sometimes it feels a little uncomfortable and getting used to, and then little by little, we, like brushing our teeth, get better and better at it. So let's start with a simple forward fold. And, I was even thinking about like these yoga practices that I do, and it's waking up in the morning and, no fanciness to it, and there's a vulnerability in it. And I'm glad that I get to practice it with you every day. It's not always this thing that comes easy, but now it does. The feet touch. You can sit up onto a cushion. You can lift the body tall. Shoulders rotating a bit back. You can even massage into the arches of the feet with the thumbs. That feels nice. And I know it can feel counterintuitive in the morning to rest, but it can lead to energy and productivity. Lift tall, breathe in. Through the mouth, let go, lean forward. You can also cushion underneath the knees. Breathe in, long spine. This might be where you stop in your fold. Breathe out, fold. Breathe in, lift spine long, so staying long. Exhale, you might hinge a little bit more from the hips. You can really feel that hip opening. You can continue that as much or as little as you like, and then sitting up tall, breathing in. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, twist over to your right. I'm mirroring, but I'm not sure if that works out on camera. Still working on these things. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist the opposite way, just letting the arms relax. So rather than crunching body, you're just letting the arms settle. Breathe in. Back to center, arms lift. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhaling. Back up to center, arms back up to center. Exhale, twist, opposite way. And one more time, inhale. Exhale. Let the arms come down alongside of you. Softening the eyes. And then you can come to a simple child's pose. You can sit your seat onto your heels. So just to start this way. So sometimes we crawl forward and then lean back, but this is a nice way to begin as well. It's like starting in a hero's pose. I put the cushion between my seat and my heels because it adds a little bit more of the body. It gives a way for the body to rest a little bit onto the cushion, which is a practice, again, of vulnerability. The air and the space sometimes makes us tighten a little bit. So these restorative cushionings can help the body learn to rest. And then crawl the hands forward. Relax, softening forward. The forehead can touch down. You can also use a pillow underneath the forehead. And rest the forearms, breathing in and out. Surrendering. And then come back upright, walking the hands up. It's a few opening practices for the body. And then we will come into our shavasana. You can use a pillow or two pillows, if you like, underneath the knees. So just cushioning them. This will soften the curve in your spine as you're rolled back. Otherwise, we tend to have that natural arch in the lower back. And sometimes it can feel like a lot on a flat surface. So these pillows underneath the knees softens the back. Just roll back. Relax the feet. Let the thighs roll open. Let the shoulders roll open. You might readjust, take some micro movements as you need. The palms can face up to the sky, arms in about 45 degrees of an angle outside of you. You can also do a little wider if you want to, but again, depending, so some of these cues of 45 degrees is because it's in a place where the body can not effort to stay open as much. It can soften and relax, so it's not pulling too hard on any part of the body. And then let the eyes close, and in a Yoga Nidra, you can also look up toward the ceiling if you like. In a Yoga Nidra, what it means, Yoga Nidra, Nidra in Kannada, in the language that I grew up with, Nidhi, is sleeping. So you can relax and let the mind and body move towards sleep. The goal isn't necessarily to fall asleep, but it is to help us find that place between wakefulness and sleep. It's kind of like a suspended, beautiful place that both gives us rest and gives us a chance to re-energize, re-nourish ourselves. So follow the sound of my voice. And if at any time you can't follow the sound of my voice, that's okay. Just pick up where you hear it again. Bring your attention to the top crown of your head. Let it relax, softening follicles in the scalp. Relax the back of the head. Bring your attention forward, relaxing right temple and left temple. Soften the forehead, relaxing right eyebrow and left eyebrow. Relax at the third eye point, soft. Relax the right eyeball and the left eyeball. Relax the right eyelids, top and bottom. Relax the left eyelids. Soften the bridge of the nose, softening right nostril and left nostril. Relax right cheek and left cheek. Relax the space between the nose and the upper lip. Relax the upper lip and the bottom lip, softening inward toward the teeth. Let them come apart, top teeth and bottom teeth, with space between, relaxing tongue to the bottom of the mouth. Soften even at the roots of the teeth into the gums, imagining warmth and restfulness. Draw your attention back outward to the chin, softening. Relax downward underneath the throat, the front of the neck. Relaxing the right ear and the left ear, softening back down to the back of the neck, and relaxing now all the way through the skull, just repainting the skull, draping it with restfulness. And bring your attention to the chest. Relax the right upper chest, relax the right shoulder, relax the right upper arm, right elbow, right forearm, right wrist, right back of hand, right palm, right thumb, right first finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger. Bring your attention back to the center of the chest. Soften. Relax the left upper chest, left shoulder, left upper arm, left elbow, left forearm, left wrist, left back of hand, left palm, left thumb, left first finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger. Relax the whole left arm. Bring your attention back to the chest. Let it relax, softening at heart center. Relax downward to the abdomen, into the rib cage, relaxed and easy. The lungs breathing easily, smoothly. Softening downward toward the navel center, let it relax. Relax the right side of the body and the left side, the torso. Drape your attention to the back, starting at the upper back, and let it relax. Softening the right upper back and the left upper back. Move downward to the middle of the back. Soften the right middle of the back and the left middle of the back. And move down to the base, the lumbar region, relaxing at the base of the back, the right side and the left side, relaxed. Soften the entire spine, relaxed and easy, like goo. Drawing the attention now to the pelvic bowl, let it relax. Softening the right buttock and the left buttock. Relaxing at the pelvic floor. Weave your attention to the top of the pelvis and relax. Softening the right thigh, right knee, right shin, right calf, right ankle, right top of foot, right sole of foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and pinky toe. Relax the whole right leg. Bring your attention now to the left thigh. Let it relax. Soften the left knee, left shin, left calf, left ankle, left top of foot, sole of foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and pinky toe. Let the whole left leg relax. Send a wave of relaxation through the entire body, from top all the way down through the fingers, through the feet. You can rest your attention now in the space of the third eye point, remembering that the third eye point is that point between the eyebrows, a little above and a little bit sunken in behind, so into the skull, into the brain, soft and easy. Let the breath be natural and normal. Imagining the body heavy, so each of the points in contact with ground, heavy, magnetized, drawn down. And then lighten the body. Come to the surfaces that are light and free. Channel that energy to imagine the whole body now light, relaxed, breezy, like a feather. See if you can come back now to a neutral space between the two. Back to the heart center, if you like, even at the navel center, so inside of the system. Imagining a place of balance, a place that calls you, where you might want to set an intention for the day, a wish. You can bring the palms together and rub them in front of the heart center, just reawakening that in your system. You can start to wiggle the toes and the feet, maybe rotating the ankles. Lifting the body long, stretching the fingertips all the way to the toes. And then bringing the knees into the chest. You can rock the body side to side. And the head and the neck start to move. Maybe you open the eyes. Maybe you keep them closed. Up to you, whatever calls you. And roll over onto one side. Pause here. Take a nice deep breath in. And out. Breathing in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Use that energy of the out breath to press yourself upright. Just come into a comfortable seat, touching the palms together, thanking yourself for making the time to practice. One way to begin the day, one way to rest midday or end the day. Yoga Nidra. Thank you again for practicing, and I will see you. Oh, I have one more thing I wanted to share. I shared one poem orally, but there's one that I thought, this is my proof of the book of poetry, handwritten and hand illustrated poetry, Rena the Poet, that I've been working on for a very long time. And it's coming, I promise, little by little. And it's called Rock Bottom. So this is the proof copy. So there are proof notes I've made for myself. But this relates to the practice. Rock Bottom by Rena the Poet. The bottom's made of rocks she feared, while clinging to her tethers, and with a breath dropped into depth and found herself in feathers. I hope you enjoyed. You can see my editing notes, but there's a little picture here too. More to come. Thank you so much. See you soon.